guys, it's your girl T. So I have some Real Housewives of Atlanta tea for y'all. So as you guys know, I am currently watching this season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is my show, honey. So anyways, this weekend we saw Riley's father for the first time on television. And basically, Kandi Burruss was saying that, she was surprised because Riley's father, who is Russell Block Spencer, is on the show. His girlfriend is on the show. And basically, Kandi's blasting him for being a deadbeat dad. So on social media this past Monday, ever since the show aired on Sunday, people have been taking the Block's Instagram page and they've been going in on him, going off, cussing him out. Kandi even took to Instagram and she was basically saying that she didn't want this to play on national television. She didn't want the whole world to know that Block was a deadbeat, but she doesn't know what else she can do. And she was asking people, for tips and advice and stuff like that. I want you guys to go ahead and check out her comments and some of these comments that were on Instagram. Check this out. I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
All have our own individual stories outside of what happens within the group. What happened within the group, it was just drama for me. But even outside the group, I had some really what moments,
Riley's old enough to say whether she want to have a relationship with her dad.
Riley's good.
Riley's great. This year on the show, you see us dealing with the situation about her father.
Yes.
I did not know that he was going to be a part of the show.
Got it.
And that's what I have to say to people who think that this is scripted and we know what's going to happen. No, you'll see the story play out, but her father and I, we don't have the best of communication. And, I hadn't talked to him or seen him for a while, and then it was just surprise, he's here on the show? What? Because I've always tried to kind of keep that out of, the story. I never really wanted to put that on blast or whatever. I mean, people knew I was a single mom, but not really the details of, him not being there or whatever. So you get a little bit more information on that.
You said you're not gonna chase me or Riley.
I'm not chasing nobody.
Don't tell me you ain't gonna chase my child. You should chase her.
On the show, I actually did a song with my daughter for her. She's singing it. That kind of says how she feels about her situation. I was just kind of asking her well, what do you think? Why don't you talk about how you feel seriously? And so that's how that song came about.
All right, so you guys just saw the comments and what folks had to say. Now today, one of Block's fans was on his Instagram page and they basically said this: all daughters need their daddy. I have to say, I didn't know who her dad was until I saw this episode, and it brought me to tears. You are so talented, Block. Bruh, you will be a great, talented dad. I hope y'all can come together and make it right. Life is so short. It's Thanksgiving time, y'all. Act like it. So I'm assuming this is somebody who might be kind of close to Block, who had no idea that Block was the father of Kandi's child. So, the whole situation is crazy. So Block ended up, coming and responding. And basically this is what Block had to say. So Block replied back to this person, and Block was saying, all this shit is scripted. You got to wait till the end of the season. It's all going to come together. So once he said that, social media went crazy, and then Kandi ended up coming and she replied back and she basically said that it's not scripted. So the whole situation is just really, really interesting. It's been crazy so far, but I have to keep it real. I definitely feel like it's scripted. You have to ask yourselves, this show has been on for 9 seasons, and where did this guy come from? We heard about her talking about him in the earlier season when she was dating AJ before AJ died, and she was trying to, build a relationship between her baby's father and her daughter back then, but it really didn't work out, but we haven't really heard nothing since then. People are also saying that the reason why Block, kind of diss Kandi and doesn't really have anything to do with his daughter is because at that time Block was engaged to a woman to be married, and I believe they have kids together as well, and basically Kandi was a side chick. And so when she got pregnant, Block was really upset and he didn't want Kandi to have the baby. And Kandi chose to go through with the pregnancy. And he basically told her that, okay, if you go through with the pregnancy, you're on your own. And Kandi went ahead and went through with it. You know, like I said, that's the rumor that's been on the blogs for years. People been talking about this ever since, 2008, 2009, when she was first on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And people were wondering who Riley's father was. And I don't know how true that is, but that's just what people have said on the blogs, is that that's the reason why Block doesn't really deal with Kandi or Riley, because Kandi was the side chick. My personal opinion, side chick or not, it takes two to play. And if you want to play your fiance, your wife, and cheat with somebody else and get them pregnant, well, then you need to take care of that child, because you had no problem having sex with that person. Now that a child is created, then it's your responsibility to step up and be a father. Regardless of how that child was conceived, the child didn't ask to be here. So if that's really the case, that's no excuse for him not to be in his child's life. Now, as far as this being scripted, I definitely feel like this is scripted. First of all, you got to ask yourself, like I said, where did he come from? What people need to realize is that all these shows on television are scripted. Everything is done beforehand. Even though they call it reality television, it's far from reality. There's bits of reality in there, but to shoot everything, it's a whole process. And a lot of these scenes are shot over and over and over again. And on top of that, you have to sign forms. You have to sign NDAs. You just can't show up on set while they're filming. Like, there's no way that can happen. When the girlfriend showed up, Kandi knew the girlfriend would show up. She can act surprised and try and play crazy if she wants to, but they kind of set the scene up and they let you know. Why? Because I've had a lot of friends who do background works on reality television shows like Love and Hip Hop. And everything is set up, from the people you see in the background who are trying to act like they don't know what's going on to the folks, walking down the street. Everything is set up. So I feel like when the girlfriend walked in the room and Kandi was shot, Kandi knew that the girlfriend would be there. Because like I said, they have to have all types of permission before they can just film. They can't just put somebody on camera. They can't use your likeness, your voice, or anything without your permission and without you signing disclosures and everything else. So Kandi knew her baby's father would be on the show. She knew the girlfriend would be on the show. So I think it is very scripted. But where the reality comes in is the fact that Block has not been taking care of Riley and has not been a consistent father in Riley's life. I definitely feel like that part is very, very real. But, kind of bothers me. I kind of also feel like it's kind of insensitive for Kandi to sign on and have this being displayed to the world. When you think about it, besides this storyline with her, so-called deadbeat father, Block, and his girlfriend, she has no storyline. The only other storyline that we saw before all this was Portia accusing her of wanting to have a threesome. So the fact that she's allowing this to play out, I think it can affect Riley in the long run, because Riley seems more kind of secretive and kind of to herself. So I don't really think that she wanted this part of her life to be exposed. And I'm all about folks getting their money. There's also such thing as all money is not good money. And certain things just don't need to be put out there for public consumption. I don't agree with her doing this whole deadbeat dad storyline. I think it kind of cheapens it, and I think it puts Riley in a very uncomfortable situation. But, if you guys don't think that it's scripted, you guys have to wake up. It's very scripted. I mean, just think about it. When Matt supposedly surprised Kenya at her housewarming, he already had a microphone on. If you're just there to surprise somebody, how are you already mic'd up?
Is that Matt coming down the hill?
Like I said, everything is done and it's scripted to a T. They know what's going to happen scene by scene. People direct it. And you notice when Matt walked up, Sheree, Portia, and Phaedra just happened to be outside. And they're like, oh, there goes Matt. How convenient. So a lot of this is very, very scripted. So she definitely knew. It's no different than last week when I showed y'all a sneak video of Todd bringing that chick that Apollo is basically engaged to. When I showed y'all that video of Todd, Peter, Cynthia and all them meeting up with that lady. All of that was scripted. So if all of that was scripted, what makes you think that Block isn't telling the truth when he says that, him being filmed is scripted as well?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that jacket hot. Oh, no, they didn't. Look at that post going on. Go in. It's your restaurant. She in there too.
So yeah, I definitely think it's scripted. But like I said, even with the script, there's still some reality to this storyline. And the reality is he has not been there for his daughter. And, you know, Kandi's tears to me are very real. And it's very sad that he hasn't been there and he hasn't been doing what he's supposed to do. So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy situation concerning Kandi and her baby's father, Block. Do you believe Block when he says that everything is scripted? And then also, why do you feel like Block is on this show? Because personally, I feel like he's on this show to basically promote his record company and to get his name out there. I'm sure a lot of people in Atlanta know him, but for the most part, a lot of people outside of Atlanta have no idea who Block is. You know, so I think he's doing this for like fame and publicity. And we find this with a lot of people who are doing reality television shows. You know, we have this with a lot of washed up rappers and artists and stuff like that, hopping on the whole reality TV show bandwagon just to, you know, revive their brand. So I wouldn't be shocked if that's why he's really doing this, and that's why he's willing to, you know, put himself out there as a deadbeat just for him to get notoriety and fame. So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.